All right. All right, everybody. Welcome to Truth 101. I have my beautiful co-host, my birthday twin, Miss Coach Chrissy in the house. So thankful for you taking time out today to talk with us and share some jewels with us. How are you today?
I'm blessed. Thanks for asking. I woke
Amen.
up, I opened my eyes. A lot of people is not blessed, unfortunately, that God had to call them home. But yes,
Yes.
I'm thankful.
Yes. Amen. So am I. So am I. So Miss Coach Chrissy and I have been Facebook friends for a while. Like I can't even think of when it started. But what I do know is I noticed like this girl is on fire. She's always just been super motivated, always just sharing like what she's doing and how God is blessing her life. In fact, she created my logo here. She did an absolutely great job doing this, and I was like super impressed by her work ethic. She was like no nonsense, and she hooked me up. She gave me just exactly what it is that I was wanting, so I'm grateful for that. And
Yes.
with that being said, I wanted to have her come on here so she could kind of share her heart, share with us how is she successful? Like how did she get from point A to point Z in her life? And being a believer, because you do things differently when you believe in God. You just don't take shortcuts. You just don't always try to find the easy way out. You actually try to have some discipline about yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you the floor and kind of just give us a little background about where you come from and a little bit about your upbringing. Were you always into the Lord, or was this something that came about as an adult?
Okay. So everyone, my name is Miss Coach Chrissy. Everyone knows me as Chrissy or Candy, which is my middle name. My family calls me Candy. So how
Okay,
I
Miss Candy.
started how I started was I was actually how old I was. I believe I was 12. And all my friends used to have problems. You know the kid wars, want to argue about candy and
Mm-hmm.
this and that and the different teddy bears. So I used to diffuse a lot of the confusion and
Mm-hmm.
get everybody back to being happy again and playing. So now I'm 18 years old now. Now I'm a little bit older. The teenage wars.
Mm-hmm.
That's where everybody start feeling themselves, getting their little boyfriends, figuring out who
Yeah.
their friends are and stuff like that. So now I'm cool with everybody. Now, if I'm cool with somebody that don't like the other individual, I would diffuse the situation. I would tell one person, like say if the girl name is Amy, let's say Amy and Monica. Amy and
Right.
Monica is beefing. I would tell Amy how Monica is feeling or put herself in Monica's shoes. And then I would tell
Yeah.
Monica to do the same thing. And then next thing you know, I put them together after I speak to them individually. I put them together, and then next thing you know, they back friends and they understanding one another. Where if I didn't do that, they still was bickering back and forth and wanting to fight one another.
Yes.
So as the years went on, I kept doing that with people. So they brought it to my attention. Hey, how about you be a life coach? Or
Nice.
how about you just be a counselor? So you know me, I'm like a counselor, a life coach. What? That's not me. I'm like, that's not me. The life coach and stuff like, cause I was still in the streets. I'm not gonna lie, I was still in the
Right.
streets. I still was up to no good.
Mm-hmm.
I still was doing nonsense, the things that I was supposed to have been doing. So when they
Mm-hmm.
was saying do that, it didn't click too well. So I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I don't think that's for me. I didn't see
Right.
the life ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm about, let's fast forward. Now I'm about, you could say 2021. Now I'm tapping into being my own entrepreneur.
Yes.
I'm tapping into starting my own business. But when I first started my own business, I was only doing like logos, marketing, flyers, anything pertaining to marketing and branding. That's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, with the journey with that, it's been very stressful. I want to inform everyone being an entrepreneur when you first start is very, very stressful. I have
Yes.
long nights of crying, I have long nights of no sleep, I have nights of where I was not, how can I say it? I was not taking care of myself or my family as I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I was not giving them the attention that I was supposed to. I was up all night and sleep all day. And when I woke up at night, I jumped straight on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Got to
like,
be.
I'm like, I have to make this money. I know what I can do, but why the people is not seeing it? Because I wasn't making no sales whatsoever. For my
Mhm.
first 7 years, I did not make one sale. Can you
Wow.
believe that? No
Wow.
sale. Most people would have gave up. I kept going. It was nice where I cried, like literally got on my knees and cried my eyes out and was like in depression mode. Where
Mhm.
it wasn't where I wanted to commit suicide or I wanted to give up. It was like a confusion depression mode. Like,
Right.
why is this happening to me? Like, God, why? Now I've always been spiritual, but I haven't been as tapped in as I am now today. So around
Mhm.
that point in time when I was going through that, I I'm married, y'all. I'm married, everyone. Married for 11 years.
Woo, that's a long time.
11 years. So during my journey, me and my husband, we used to get to a lot of arguments. Not physical, but verbally.
Mhm.
It's like he used to tell me, get some sleep. You're not taking care of us like how you're supposed to. You're not loving us like how you're supposed to. You're not cooking. You're not doing the things that a mother's supposed to do. And I used to get upset and curse him out. I used to say every curse word in the book.
Okay.
I used to just attack him like a wild animal. And he couldn't understand it. And I'm like, you can't understand. It's like you're not understanding my vision. You're not understanding what I
Oh.
see.
Mhm.
So I was getting frustrated because I'm looking at him like you don't believe in me, which that wasn't the case. He did believe in me, but he was like, take care of yourself and your family first,
Right.
and then everything else will fall into place.
Yes.
I didn't look at it that way
Mhm.
until I had enough was enough. I done paid a lot of people for marketing to teach me about marketing. I done paid a lot of people to teach me about how to do X, Y, and Z logos, the flyers, to Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I done went to every free webinar. I was just so tired and drained.
Wow.
I was soaking in information from everywhere and not, I won't say not applying it. It was too much information to apply,
Mhm.
and it was draining. So one day I watched a movie called War Room.
Ah, I love that movie.
Yes, I watched a movie called War Room, and I sat and I watched it. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because a part of the movie it was I'm gonna use it as a business wise because that's how I used it. The movie is pertaining to marriage, but I use it for business wise because what I love was that when she cleared her closet out and she put all her scriptures in there, she brought her Bible in there. Only thing she had was like a bean bag.
Mhm.
It was just her and God in that room. After I
Mhm.
watched that movie, I went and I cleared my closet out.
Come on.
I cleared everything out, clothes, the sneakers, so papers, everything. It was a clean wall. I sat there and I prayed to God. I said, God, I don't know why you brought this movie to the forefront. I don't know why I'm thinking about my business when this movie is pertaining to marriage. There's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with my marriage. It's just that we're not understanding each other right now, Lord. We wasn't going through what they're going through, but I'm going to follow your lead and keep on going with this. So I
Mhm.
prayed about it. I sat in that closet and I cried. My first
Mhm.
prayer was I wrote about my family. I wrote about what my husband said to me about me not being the mother and the wife I was, and how he wasn't understanding me, and how I felt he wasn't understanding me, and just to clear our minds and our souls to understand one another,
Right.
just to be there for one another, and just for him to just keep guiding me in the right direction. Cause I'm feeling like I want to give up. Giving up
Right.
was no option. I told him giving up was no
Mhm.
option. It's in
Mhm.
my heart to do what I want to do. I have a passion to do what I want to do.
Yes.
Just please lead me in the right way, lead the right people in my direction because the people that I'm encountering, it's just they were saying my prices was too high.
Mm.
My work wasn't what it was supposed to be, is the price that I was charging. It was like they was trying to discourage me, and I kept saying, God, they not about to tell me that. They not.
Okay.
They not. And I let them go on ahead because I always kept in my mind that your tribe will attract to you. Your tribe will flock to you.
Yeah.
The right people will be led to you and they will stick to you like glue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after I wrote that prayer, I did that for about a week. I kept going in and out. I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. I still do it to this day. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I do meditation, and then I go inside my prayer closet at 5 o'clock. I
Mm-hmm.
sit there and I pray while everyone is asleep, and then I come out my closet. So let's go back. Let's go back because I'm fast forwarding a little bit too fast.
Okay.
So after I did that, I ordered a thing called the Daily Bread.
Yes.
It's like little scriptures on papers on
Mm-hmm.
both sides. What I would do is after I come out my war room, I read them scriptures on both sides, and then I would just sit quietly for an hour and just soak in what I read and just try
Yeah.
to listen to his voice. Because as I hear his voice now, it's hard to explain. People would think I'm crazy if they not
Mm-hmm.
really spiritually into God and just like into the divine connection.
Mm-hmm.
As I sat and I listened, and it was just like the wind was just blowing through my ears, and it was just like life. I would just speak the scriptures 5 times in my head, just ask God,
Yes.
please just speak to me. Please just give me some type of sign about what do you mean about this scripture.
Right.
Because I didn't really understand scriptures around that time. I just read it and then I would just put it pertaining to my life. But sometimes it's not pertaining to your life, it's pertaining to other things
Mm-hmm.
within the world that's directing towards you, your blessings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I let him speak to me. So let's fast forward a little bit more. About 3 years after that, I stopped buying I stopped booking coaches, I stopped buying webinars, I stopped doing free webinars. I started doing trial and error.
Yes.
Now, when I was doing my logos and my marketing, I asked the client, like, can you please tell me what I did wrong? Or what do you prefer that I do better in? Or what do you like within the logo that I created for you? Do you want any changes? Do you want any adjustments and things like that? So that helped approve me with how I was doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So with their knowledge and their questions and my trials and tribulations, I was able to soar
Yes.
like no other way before.
Yes.
I started to tap more into the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
I started to pray morning, evening, and night. Some people just pray morning and night. I pray morning, evening, and night.
Mm-hmm.
When I wake up in the morning, I pray. When I get my kids out of school and we come home in the house, I pray. Before we go to bed, I pray. So I noticed as I started speaking to God more and giving myself to God instead of doing things on my own,
Yes.
thinking I know it all and thinking that I could solve all my problems and thinking that, oh, it's my way or the highway.
Yep.
Things started being more better for me. Things started being more better for my business. The right people started coming my way. I will never forget my first sale was $1,000.
Nice.
That was for marketing. And I was jumping for joy because I'm like, these people do not know me. I don't have no reviews.
Yes.
God, thank you. Because
Yes.
right now you showing me that as long as I'm connected with you, I'm giving my babies the attention that they deserve. I'm giving my husband the attention that he deserves. I'm putting my family after you. And then I'm putting my business under.
Yes.
I'm getting my rest. I'm just happy. Like it
Yes.
was just like no other feeling. It was just like an overwhelm of joy.
Yes. Yes.
So during that time, I was happy and stuff. I was still going through my little trials and tribulations. I still was having to listen to podcasts as far as mindset goes because the negative thoughts kept creeping in. They still do
Absolutely.
until this day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I just know how to control it and tell it, child, bye. I'm not listening to you
Okay.
right now.
Right.
Like wherever you came from, I hear you, but you gotta go.
Right. Right. We're not listening. I hear you, but I ain't listening.
For real. So as the time went on, I started connecting to people that I would never think that I would connect with. It
Mm-hmm.
was like mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with my marketing and branding business, and then I started doing my coaching business, which is I do life, accountability, confidence, I forgot already, y'all.
You got a lot. You do a
Life,
lot.
life, accountability, business, and confidence. There you go,
Right.
guys. Those are the four that I do. So then I branched off to that. And I'm glad that I did because the divine connections that I have is like, it's unexplainable. It's just something that I can't explain. It's just something that you have to experience.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I'm going to say is it all happened with God. There's no other way. There's no other way. Some people would say, oh, it's just a higher power, it's just energy. But that energy is powerful.
Yes.
As I was growing and as the years went on, I started thinking positive thoughts, which is called manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
I started telling myself, oh, I'm going to get 500 clients in a year. I didn't get the 500 clients. I got 50, but that was fine. I was thankful.
Right. Right.
I kept telling myself 500 clients, 500 clients. Now, this was about you could say the 10th or 11th year. I reached 500 clients. But look how long it took, 11 years to reach 500 clients. I could have gave up, but I didn't. And then I want to show my kids that no matter what you put your mind to, if you believe and you have faith, and not only believe and have faith, have strong belief and strong faith that with God anything is possible and that you could speak it into the air, the universe, the world, that it shall come forth. You just have to believe and know, even when you don't have it. Because right now, I'm in an apartment. I don't have this big old house, this Lamborghini, Bugatti that my son always say he want. My daughter want a butler and a maid. My
Okay.
baby daughter want a big pool in the back. I still pray about it. And I tell God, I thank you. I hold
Yes.
her hands, and at the end of the prayer, I say, I thank you, Lord, for that big old house, that pool in the back, that
Yes.
Lamborghini, that Bugatti, that butler,
Yes.
that maid. I thank
Yes.
you, Lord.
Yes.
I thank you for it. Because you know why?
Yes.
We do have it. We just don't have it right now physically.
Amen. What God has for you, He has for you. And like you say, even though it took however long, what's got your name on it, it got your name on it, and nothing and nobody can change it. And one thing I really love about what you shared so far is the fact that you highlight the steps to where like you started to surrender to God's will. And the Bible tells us seek first the kingdom of God, and then everything that you want will be given unto you. And it's
Amen.
like so many of us, especially like me and you, we got the same birthday, so I got we strong willed, we
Right.
strong mind. We like, no, this how we need to do it. This gonna work, and the ambition is in the right place, but
Mhm.
we got the energy directed to the wrong people. It's to ourselves. When
Right.
it's not in our will, it's in God's will. We have to, like you say, take care of your family, take care of those things first, because we asking God for stuff, but we're not even taking care of what He's already given us. So He's like,
Right.
handle that first, then I got you. So
Right.
that's just really, really powerful, just listening to that.
That too.
And
I want to say this too. As my journey was going, because I said that I was into the street life, but what I noticed was when I was transitioning, I still try to have one foot in the streets and one
yep,
foot out.
yep,
And I couldn't manage that. It was like things was going good. The next thing you know, it'd be swiped away from me so fast. And
yep,
I'm like, God, why? Things was going so good. Why? Just
yep,
why? But then as I sat and listened, it was like, you have to be all in for me, daughter.
yes, yes,
You can't be for me and the devil at the same time. You can't do that.
yes,
There's no way around it. You cannot do that. Because when you think I'm taking it, it's him taking it. And he
right,
laughing at you and me.
yeah, yeah.
So I
That's
had
so
to just
true.
leave it all behind. Friends, um, associates, everything. I had to leave it all behind. Right now, honestly, honest to God, I only talk to two people that I used to hang out with back in the days, and I don't see them like that. All
Mm-hmm.
my friends that I call friends and I call
Mm-hmm.
family is online, like
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yep.
online, baby.
You know, we sisters, we just a little far away right now. That's
Yes,
all.
online.
Yes, yes. No, that's how it is. You start to elevate, and people start to fall off. The places you hang out at changes, and it's okay. I believe it's part of God's plan. You start
Right.
to outgrow stuff. It's like it's time to
Mhm.
go because it's the same thing with me. It don't even be appealing no more. Like hanging in those places, or you find
Right.
yourself no shade to nobody, but talking to certain people, and the conversation be empty because you so
Right.
motivated, you so on a whole nother level, and you like, man, y'all still talking about that? Like I'm talking about trying
Right.
to, do something different. It's growth though. And a lot of people unfortunately don't grow. They stay right
Mhm.
where they at. And that's the sad part.
Right. Right. And it is sad because as time went on, people started saying, "Oh, I'm thinking that I'm better than them," or
Yeah,
because I have a family, I don't want to hang out with them no more. But it wasn't that. It was that I was growing. I was finding myself. I
yeah,
was. I would say God was working me into the woman that I am today.
absolutely.
And it's sorry to say, but they couldn't come along. I
Right.
still love them. I still wish
Mm-hmm.
the best for them, but I can't be with them no more because they doing the things that I'm not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
That I no
Mm-hmm.
longer want to do no more. It
Right.
doesn't spark an interest in me no more. It's like, you know how people say, "Girl, what's the tea? What so and so was saying?" I don't
Right.
want to hear that.
I don't right, girl, don't even care to know, okay?
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I will
For
walk
real.
clean away from a conversation like that. And then
Yep.
people be looking at me like, "What's her problem?" I don't have a problem. I just don't want to be a part of that energy.
Right. Elevating your conversation different. I remember I was listening to a sermon. It was by Sarah Jakes. I absolutely love her. But she was just saying, like, some people feel some type of way when they come in a room and people change the way that they talking. But when you come in the room and people change the way that they talk, that lets you know that they see the growth on you. They know you elevating. They know
Right.
it's something different. Like, yes, when I come in the room, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear you talking about somebody else. Because what I'm gonna do
Hmm.
is I'm gonna tell you the right thing, or I'm just not gonna engage in that conversation. Like
Right.
that's not I'm not on that. I'm on things above that. And they say the same thing. Oh, you think you better than somebody? No, I just think I'm better than the things that I used to do. If I'm
Exactly.
if I'm constantly growing, how am I constantly doing the same old negative things that I used to do? Like I got to start growing out of stuff. So,
Right.
I think it just comes along with it. And when you listening for God, it's more important for me to hear what He talking about than all this nonsense. I can't get distracted with this foolishness and miss my beat. I'm trying to see what
Right.
God's talking about. Like, what He
Exactly.
on? I ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
But another thing I wrote down too is like just listening to your journey too, and you're a life coach now. You couldn't coach on these things if you didn't have this experience either. If God would
Hmm.
have just let you go from the street to you gonna take your money, flip it or whatever, and now you
Right.
just successful, where is the story in that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
He have to take you through some things to build your character, to build some substance, to build your confidence in Him. So I really thought that was good too. Like for you to be a life coach, like now you
Right.
take everything that you learned and everything that you went through and use it to help other people grow. And I think that's so
Right.
dope. That's like super dope.
Right. And it's like I've been through so many walks of life. I've been through the drugs dealing life, the toting guns and all that, the bad girl stuff,
Yep, me
the
too.
thinking you grown stuff. I never
Yeah,
did drugs, but I told the drugs and all that. You understand what I'm saying? It's just
yep,
not the life.
yeah. It's
It's
not,
not
and
the
God had
life.
a bigger plan for you. That's what's so dope about it all. Is like when we was doing that stuff, we didn't realize that. But I strongly feel like we needed that experience to be who we are today. You know,
Right.
so many people read books and then go off and try to like tell people or talk to people or relate to people, and no shade to those people. You can read
Right.
a book, but it's different when you really live that
Go
life.
through it. Right. I almost
Like
lost my life 3 times. And it's like now when I look back at it, I'll be like, God, why did you spare my life? Not saying I didn't want to live, but
right,
I'm like,
right.
God, why did you spare my life? And then as I was going on through the years, now this very day, I understand why. Because so many women I encounter, they said that they was on the urge of committing suicide. And as soon as they spoke to me that very night that they was going to
Yes,
do it, it was
yes,
like that would just clean out of their mind.
yes.
So it's like they informing me that I'm saving so many lives and that I'm
Mm-hmm.
helping them in so many ways. I'm getting them out of depression, and I'm getting them out of the dark cloud where they don't want to do anything. So that as well motivates me to keep on doing what I'm doing and keep a
Yes.
closer bond with God.
Yes. You need him. We need him. We can't do
Hmm.
what he needs us to do without being connected to him. If we disconnect from him, we miss it. So
Right.
he's a part of the plan, and that's what I had to realize too. Like trying to hold on and do things the way I want to do things. That's not where the power is. The power is in doing what he wants us to do. The reason why he saved us, why he pulled us out
Hmm.
of those situations that he pulled us out of, and that's just really exciting. So do you still do the extreme media stuff too and do the life coaching? Or are you more so now doing just life coaching?
I do both, and girl, I do a lot. Because
Wow.
most of my services I do offline. A lot of people don't know or everything that I do. But
Yeah.
the marketing and the branding and the coaching I do online all day. Which I
Mm-hmm.
just brung another service online, which is pertaining to the IRS that helps them get funding for their business called the
Mm-hmm.
ERC. So
Okay.
I do that as well. But with my marketing and branding business, I do so much. It's like a one-stop shop. That's why I say one-stop shop, because anything that you could think of
Yes.
pertaining to marketing and branding, I do it.
Yes. Yes. That's what's up. I'm gonna be hollering at you about this new thing that I got going on too, because I'm gonna need some help with that. So, how does your husband feel now that things have taken off, and now that you put things in perspective? Like, is he being more like supportive now, or does he?
Absolutely. And that's like, it's from where we came from to now, it's like not surprising. It's just, like I said before, it's unexplainable, because it's like, wow, this is what I wanted you to see back then that you didn't
Mm-hmm.
see. But then he's looking at me now, that it has as well informed me that this is what I wanted you to understand, that you're getting more rest, you're more energized when you wake up, you're more pumped to work. You are playing with the babies more. You're cooking dinner, you're cleaning, you're attending to me at night. You understand what I'm saying? We relaxing, we watching movies more. It's like we're doing more family oriented things that I wasn't able to do because I was just so stuck on self.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
Mm-hmm.
what it was. I was stuck on self. I was stuck on what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. And it was like, I'm going to make people understand me, or that's that. If they don't understand me, then it's the highway.
No, for real, that is how me know because you gonna get it, and that's just
Right,
that. Like it's not
right.
another option. No, thank you for that because that helps me. I get like that right
Take
now.
take the phone from out of here. Take Jonah.
Yeah,
Take Jonah.
I get like that right now. Like I try
Mm-hmm.
to have a good balance, but I think we really need to have this conversation to help me put some things in perspective because I'm like all gas, no brakes. And I feel
Right.
like, I'm gonna set aside this much time, but I think, like you said, it's the whole perspective shift. Like first
Mm-hmm.
it's God, then it's my family, then it's my businesses.
Right.
That's that. And sometimes I think I could get a little carried away with business. Like you said, how you set up all night thinking as soon as you
Mm-hmm.
wake up, it's the business. Like literally, my mind is just like that all the time. And it's like, thank you for that. Because I need to put
Right.
things into perspective. I ain't too far gone, but I think I
Right.
can make some adjustments.
And then what helped me as well was these apps to schedule content, because before we couldn't just schedule our content on Facebook how we could now. What helped
Hmm.
me was the apps. I was able to schedule my content. So when it seemed like I was up, I was asleep. I was
Wow.
in probably my fifth dream. And then I wake up and then I answer everybody comments, emails, and things like that. So that helped as well.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
great idea. That's a great idea.
And then
Well,
my
that's good stuff.
husband, he helps me too sometimes. Like if I'm stuck somewhere, he'll tell me, hey, maybe you should do it this way. Maybe you should do it that way. So we help each other with each other businesses. So things are much better now than what it was before.
Well, that's good. And I'm sure now that he can see it and he understands you a lot better. And you guys weren't married for 11 years then either. So y'all probably was still learning each other and still getting to know each other. So it's like,
Right.
like what is wrong with this woman? Is she a mad woman? She just want to take care of business. That's the
Right.
go getter in you. I know it. It's a good
Right.
thing, but it could be a crutch sometimes because we
Yeah.
can go overboard. I know I do it all the
Right.
time.
And I love that he stuck it through, because I was a headache.
Yeah.
I was a headache.
Yeah.
I don't know. I told him if I was him, I probably would have been left. Back then, I would have ran so far away because my mouth was just so ridiculous. It was I didn't intend to disrespect him in ways, but my mouth was just so reckless. I didn't know how to control it
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anything. It's just like I said, now I grew up to be the woman that I am. I'm so much better. I'm so much happier, and I'm very proud of myself. But if
Yeah.
someone was to tell me I was gonna be this way back then and have kids and be married and be happy, I'd have been like,
Right.
I'ma still
Right.
run these streets, child.
I'm in the streets.
Yes.
You will see me in the streets.
Right.
But that's what happens when we surrender to God. And I think your story is, a perfect example of what that looks like. We're a lot alike. Like that was me. My story was in the streets, and I couldn't find my way. Like you said, easy come, easy go. Like I done
Hmm.
had a lot, but I done lost a lot too, because it was like it
Exactly.
didn't have substance to it. It was just like come quick, go quick. And everything, like having this podcast, I'm the type of person that don't even go live on my Facebook. But now I'm doing podcasts. I'm heavily into the Lord, and I'm,
Right.
doing all type of things that was not my plans. It was just
Hmm.
like you said, submitting to God and just like, okay, God, what you want me to do, which way you want me to go. And I feel sorry for the people who don't believe that God will speak to them, because He
Right.
will. And He's the
Right.
one that made us. And it's like, how
Hmm.
can your maker go wrong with leading you? He can't. He made you. So He know what
Exactly.
purpose that He made you for. You could seek, you could search, you could look, but you won't find it if you're not connected to God. So I just always think it's beauty in these type of stories. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. I like to hear the stories where people be like, oh, when I was young, I knew I was going to do this. And when I got grown, I did it. That's cute. But what's really dope is when people be like, I just submitted to God and look at me today.
Exactly, exactly. And sometimes God don't give us what we want when we want it right then and there. And that
Absolutely.
frustrated me too along my journey. I'm like,
Mhm.
God, I'm doing everything right. I'm telling you what I need. I'm telling you what I want. I'm telling you what I know I deserve. And I'm not
Yeah.
getting it right now. Like, what is the problem? I used to have arguments
Mhm.
with God. What is the problem? Like, what is your problem?
What's the issue? Like,
Yes. Like, please let me know what it is so that we can fix this because I'm not understanding. But
right.
as like I said, you have to sit in a quiet place. You have to clear your mind. You have to put your phone down, turn the TV off, and just listen. And
Mm-hmm.
all things will work out.
Yes. Yes, that's so true. And then, he wants to make sure that we can handle it too, right?
Right.
Because I think about that too. Like I had a lot of different things that I wanted to do. And I'm like, if God would have just gave it to me just like that, would I would have appreciated it? Would I would have cherished it? Would I would have valued it? Maybe not, because it would have came
Right.
to me. So I, like you said, He don't give us stuff right when we want it. But if you seek Him, He'll give you the desires of your heart in His timing, though, not in our
Amen.
time. And
Exactly.
we're the type of people where it's like, God, I want it now. Like I'm doing what you told me to do. It should have been here like yesterday. What's up?
Yes. Yes.
He like, girl, chill. I'll send it when I'm ready. Okay. So it's just really beautiful though when you trust God. When you trust God, you can sit and you can wait. You can sit in a quiet place and just wait to hear from Him, and not be anxious and not be worried, and just trust like this is gonna work out. I know it.
Exactly. Because now I'm at the place I'm at now. Everybody be like, how you just come up with these different things, these digital products and these digital service and just know that it's gonna work. I don't know it's gonna work. I sit and I pray about it. The idea come to my mind and I pray about it. And
Mm-hmm.
then I listen for the voice. If it that voice tell me to go for it, I'm going for it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then every time I do that, everything works out for the better. I sell like this. I sell like this. And then it
Mm-hmm.
slow down. Yeah, slow down, but then it pick back up because God want to show me when you listen to me, I will give you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you must listen first and you must obey me first. You must keep
Right.
me first.
Right.
Speak to me first about everything before you
Mm-hmm.
even speak to a human in the flesh. Speak
Or
to
make
me.
these plans without talking to me
Exactly.
about it first. Right.
Right. Right.
That's
Everything
exactly
that comes
it.
to mind, I speak to him about it. And then I go to my husband and then I come back to him and then I pray about it. God, should I put this out? God, please just
Mm-hmm.
give me a sign. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna fail? Like what's going on? And then I
Mm-hmm.
sit back and I listen. Then I hear that voice and I go for it. And then boom,
Amen.
I start selling like water.
Okay. God, like I'm gonna bless this for you. You handle this the right way. Let me go on and bless it. That's how
Yes.
it is. Seek first, and that's what this just reminds me of. Seek first the kingdom of God. Come to Him first,
Yes.
and He'll give it to you. You know, in your timing. So that's really really great. So with your journey, how important do you think it was for you to have a supportive partner? Like, do you think because of your relationship with your husband, it contributed to your success?
I would say yes. Of course it did. Um, because not only am I spiritual, his mother is as well a preacher. So he's
Okay.
been brought up in a spiritual area and house as well. So he as well went through the same things I went through, the street life, and then had to find his way. So in the midst of us meeting together, we both was finding our way. So
Yes.
that's what's surprising, that we're still together, because we both was learning each other. We both was transitioning into the people that we are today.
Yes.
We
Yes.
both was transitioning to understanding ourselves as well, trying to understand each other, which is hard
Mhm.
to do.
Mhm.
Very hard. When you're trying to find your way and then seek another person's problems and help them, that's draining.
It is. It
It's
is.
but what we did was we put God first in everything. Every
Mhm.
problem that came our way, we sat and we held. We had the arguments, but then we
Mhm.
came back. We calmed down. We came back to each other and we held each other's hands and we prayed about it. God, please forgive
Amen.
us. Please show us some type of understanding. Please help us understand one another, and please help us know what is for us and what's not for us, who is for us and what's not for us.
Yes, yes, yes. That's amazing. I love that.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people need to hear that because a lot of people are ambitious and trying to go one way. And it's like if you got somebody who's like not trying to like just help you to be calm and help you to kind of see things clearly, or either trying to support you, then somebody will bring you down before you can bring them up. So that's why
Right,
you gotta match your energy, and definitely has to be a believer if you're a believer, because
right,
otherwise you're gonna bump heads all the time because you believing in something they don't even believe in, they don't even know exists. You believing in
exactly,
and they like, what? You're crazy. This can't happen, So I think that's super
right,
important. Super
right.
important.
Right. And then we both, we both had the hustler's ambition when we was in the street. So we both was go getters. But
Right.
then it's like now we gotta transition this to legitimize business owners.
Yeah.
So that was like the kind of the hard thing, because it's like we want to stay in the street like that. Fast money, it just seems so good. The
Yes, because it
luxurious
comes
life, it
so
seems
quick.
so good.
Quick.
You can buy what you want when you want. You could be where you want when you want. You would
Yeah.
do whatever you want. But then the consequences behind it, the repercussions behind it, the people that come behind it, the energy that come behind it is not worth it.
Right. Right.
Not worth it at all.
It's really not. And like you said, so many different aspects. Like the money is about the only thing that good that comes from it. Or so you think. Come fast and go fast. And now you got people
Right.
trying to hurt you behind it, people slimy, people just not
Exactly.
having good intentions behind it. And then it's like, how far can that really go? You know what I mean? Like when we in it though, we got some big Scarface type of dreams. Like, look,
Uh-huh. yes.
and about a whole block. That's what I'm finna do. But in real
Right.
life, it never really goes that way. So now you living a life, both of you all, that you both can be proud of one another and proud and serve together. But you're impacting so many other people. You are saving lives now instead
Yes.
of ruining lives, because that's what we used to do. We were out
Right.
there selling drugs and stuff. We ruined lives, but now we're giving back. That's kind of like why my heart is the way it is about what I do too, because it's like I feel like I took so much. I took so
Right.
much, and so now it's a blessing to be able to give back, and it's so rewarding. It's like the gift that just keeps on giving. Like a
Right.
word can go so far, so far. That is so amazing though. So no, I just want to tell you that I'm super blessed by you. Every time I scroll through Facebook, I'll be happy to see your posts. It's just like super encouraging. And you are a no nonsense businesswoman. So I like, just seeing everything that you're about. So I'm proud of you too, sis. Like just keep on keeping on. Like God got even more. Just keep following him and it gets better and better.
Yes.
All right, I'm just looking at my little notebook here. I think I done answered all my questions I got. I think I done picked your brain enough.
Well, if it's a business owner listening to this or watching it, I just want to encourage you guys to keep God first. Because
Yes.
without God, nothing is possible. It's like business is not a clean slate. Business is not where it's like, all right, wham, bam, this is what is going to happen, and boom, I'm a millionaire. No,
That's right.
it don't work that way. It's a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of people to go through to get to where you want to be. You
Mm-hmm.
have to connect yourself with the right people. You have to connect yourself with the right places, people, and things.
Yes. Yes.
Everything in life is not the glamorous life. Sometimes you just have to sit back and be in your house and watch reality shows.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to positive podcasts. Listen to positive affirmations. You
Mm-hmm.
have to just hide from the world because you are within the world. You're not the
Of
world.
the
You're
world.
not like
Exactly.
the world is not you.
What you said.
You just a part of it.
Right.
So once you guys understand that, then everything will be just perfectly fine.
Yes.
Have to
Amen.
keep moving. Keep
Amen.
moving.
That's it. You heard it from Miss Coach Chrissy, and I'll tag her in this so you all can get in touch with her if you later on want to connect about her coaching services or even about her extreme media. Like I said, she did this beautiful logo for me, which I'm
Yes,
very
and then the
grateful for.
crazy part about it, you was one of my clients that I did the logo for when I first started. I told you that before.
Really?
Yes,
Look at
I
that.
was like probably when I first really started tapping into it, you could say a year or two in when I first started getting my clients, you was my third client.
Wow, look at that. That's so crazy. It's like full circle. Now you here telling about it. That's amazing. Well, I'm blessed to be that. I'm so happy that I could be, because I was just getting started too. And still, I have my moments. But what I stay focused on is remembering why I do it. Like this, my
Uh-huh.
podcast, I started it because God told me people needed a word. So regardless if I got one viewer or I got 100 viewers, I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna say it because maybe they might not jump on right now, but somebody gonna need this word. This gonna
Hello.
help somebody. So I just keep going and keep going. So that's really interesting though, because that was like a year or two ago, and that's how long I've been doing this. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing. Well, I want to thank you again so much. I'm going to make sure I share your information when I share this post, and I'm going to be in touch. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on and spending time with us today.
No problem. And I want to thank you because, girl, my marketing, my branding business has been a journey. And I want to
Amen.
thank you for being a part of it in the beginning before I saw it the way that I did. You are very much appreciated. So much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to keep on supporting one another. Whatever that may look like, we got each other.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep. Amen. God bless us. See you
Thank you.
later.
Everyone have a blessed, safe, and prosperous night. You too, Queen.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye bye.